Today we are announcing public corruption charges against two former senior members of the New York City Fire Department. We have indicted Anthony Saccavino and Brian Cordasco, two former chiefs of the department's Bureau of Fire Prevention. As the indictment alleges, Saccavino and Cordasco, acting together with a co-conspirator, solicited and received at least $190,000 in bribes in exchange for giving special treatment to certain building owners and developers for at least 30 different projects around this city. The defendants allegedly abused their power to give priority access to the Bureau of Fire Prevention, or the BFP, the division that regulates the installation of fire safety systems in commercial and residential buildings throughout New York City. The BFP services are vital to protecting New York City businesses and residents from fire-related incidents. In many cases, the BFP's approvals are required before a building can be occupied or open to the public. Because of this, quick and reliable access to the BFP services is extremely valuable. And those services were supposed to be available on a first-come, first-served basis, even when it's slow, and even when there's a backlog. But that didn't happen here. As we allege, these defendants used their power as senior members of the FDNY to let some people cut to the front of the line. They allegedly created a VIP lane for faster service that could only be accessed with bribes. That's classic pay-to-play corruption, and it will not be tolerated by this office. The FDNY is the largest fire department in the United States, responsible for ensuring the safety of millions of New Yorkers from fire-related incidents. And the department is filled with some of the finest public servants in the country who honor their oath on a daily basis. As we allege in this indictment, these defendants were different. During the time period covered by the indictment, Saccavino and Cordasco were chiefs at the BFP and ultimately became the two top-ranking members of that bureau. They supervised the BFP personnel who conducted plan reviews and inspections. And as we allege, for nearly 2 years, the defendants abused their authority by engaging in a pay-to-play bribery scheme. Beginning in 2021, the defendants took advantage of a backlog at the BFP in approvals and inspections, a backlog that was caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. They saw an opportunity to put priority access to the BFP services up for sale. Those payments were then given secretly to Anthony Saccavino and Brian Cordasco, who then, as we allege, used their authority as chiefs at the BFP to push and expedite matters that were pending before the BFP.
DOI's investigation of this matter began in the spring of 2023, when FDNY officials notified us of a possible scheme involving improper payments to two high-ranking leaders of the Bureau of Fire Prevention, an FDNY division that, as you heard, oversees fire code compliance, including by reviewing fire safety plans for commercial and residential properties and conducting inspections of those properties. I want to thank the fire department for this referral and for the long-standing open line of communication and strong relationship that we have with their leadership. All city employees and agencies are legally required to report allegations of corruption and misconduct to DOI, and we do our job best when agencies communicate with us early and often, raising any areas of concern to our attention.
PIS, can you please go into detail about when?
These actions betray the trust of the public and tarnish the reputation of an honorable profession. The FDNY officials charged today allegedly took bribes to expedite the inspection process, undermining the fairness and integrity that are fundamental to our system. By doing so, they not only compromised public safety, but also eroded the public's trust in those who are sworn to protect us.